Now, before I talk about this week's two-part special Mecha Naruto filler episodes, I need to address last week's episode and last week's episode review. A lot of controversy around it, basically because of my score and whatnot. And to be honest with you, I'm the type of person, I take things into consideration. If people say legitimately they felt that was wrong, then I look back and I actually rewatched that episode multiple times to give a thorough opinion, shall I say, of what I felt of last week's episode. And to be honest, I'm man enough to admit I was wrong, regardless of what, even if, let's just say, I stuck by whatever I said last week. I think that it was too much of a low ball for me, just simply because one of the biggest reasons I had was, you know, the art and animation, so to speak. To give it a 6.5 out of 10 just because of art and animation, I definitely lowballed it. And, you know, I'm man enough to admit I was wrong. It is what it is. I fucked up. I'm human. Thursdays with chapters and episodes, shit gets crazy. Sometimes I fuck up. So even if, let's just say, I stood by the whole thing with the art and animation, which I think art is subjective, animation is objective. You got to look at it like, you know, if the animation looks good, it looks good. If the art, you know, the art is different. Anybody can look at art and feel a different way about it. So that's separate, whatever. I really don't need to adjust that. Mainly the animation and just the presentation and how much was done in last week's episode and everything. So as a whole, does it deserve a 6.5 out of 10? No, definitely doesn't. And again, for the people that were legitimately, you know, disagreeing and they felt like, you know, I let them down with last week's episode review, I do apologize to those people. However, for the people that were being very disrespectful and giving me death threats, going to the point of giving me death threats over a score of a Naruto Shippuden episode review, I don't apologize to you because, first of all, at the end of the day, regardless of what score I gave it, if I gave it a 1 or I gave it a 10, you never need to go to the resort of doing disgusting things like that over my score. At the end of the day, that's my opinion and I'm a human being and those are my thoughts. So for the people that would actually go into that resort of sending all sorts of fucked up shit, no, I don't apologize to you. I apologize to the people that were legitimately disappointed. They disagreed. They felt, you know, they spoke their piece and they left, you know, they went on their way. Yeah, I apologize to you, but not to the people that were going to that far extent. No, I don't. And honestly, the biggest reason why I'm doing this is because if I legitimately felt that I needed to stay by that score, that's how I felt overall a week later, then, you know, I would have stood by it. But a week later, rewatching the episode multiple times, definitely don't agree with even my old score of 6.5. Even if I felt like that, the episode shouldn't have gotten less than an 8. Even if I stood by the art and animation, because an episode can be beautifully animated, but if the content doesn't stand on its own, then the content won't, you know, the episode doesn't deserve it. But the amount of content and the craziness that went down in last week's episode didn't justify 6.5 at all. So yeah, again, my bad. But this week's episode, or this week's two-part special Mecha Naruto, really not too much to go in depth with it. Basically, it's taking place where Naruto was training. I think this was around the time that Asuma gives him the blades and he starts learning the wind style so he can do Rasen Shuriken, I think. It was the most funny and awkward mixture of Naruto I've ever seen. You got Orochimaru creating a robot to take him down. It was just absolutely zany. Anybody that doesn't like comedy or doesn't like those type of comedy fillers, you can absolutely skip it because it was funny as shit, but I know a lot of people, that's not why they watch Naruto, for some random comedy fillers and whatnot. And I mean, the way it just turned around in the end, it was just so bizarre. I was just staring at the screen like, am I high right now? Because you got like a Mecha Naruto switching around because of Itachi's orders. He reprogrammed him in a sense to basically like follow because of Sasuke. It was just so bizarre and like weird at the same time, but it was funny a lot of the time as well. So it's kind of like, I take it as like 2 comedy episodes and nothing more, nothing less. It wasn't supposed to be taken serious. It was mainly to promote Storm Revolution, the new Naruto game that I believe is out today in Japan, comes out tomorrow in Europe, and Tuesday North America gets it as well. But yeah, it was just absolutely ridiculous. It was funny, but ridiculous at the same time. I mean, when you got all of the original team that went to rescue Sasuke back in the day working together again, that was kind of cool. I thought that was pretty dope. But just Orochimaru versus Naruto and Mecha Naruto, and then Mecha Naruto like coming out as some sort of hero and Naruto crying for him at the end. I was like, oh my fucking god, what fucking coke did I snort this morning? Like, oh my god. And yeah, for the most part, it was just funny stuff. Nothing to take serious. If you want to skip these 2 episodes, by all means, you can do so. You want to have a laugh and feel like you're on drugs, then maybe you should watch this because it was just so awkward and funny and bizarre all at once. And I mean, it even fucks up with continuity. Naruto letting the Nine Tails out for a bit, him seemingly being a hero to the village way before the pain stuff. So definitely, yeah, it's one of those fillers. It's like, what the fuck did I watch? But in a funny kind of way. But if you've seen the 2 Mecha Naruto episodes, what did you think about them? Again, I didn't really want to focus too much on talking about them because they were just funny and weird, honestly. It was like some funny and weird filler. But don't worry, because next week we're going right back into canon episodes, back to the war. So yeah, we only had 1 week of fillers. They didn't lie to us. It wasn't even really filler. It was supposed to be like promotional episodes, so it wasn't a big deal, thankfully. Your overall thoughts of Mecha Naruto? Did you get a laugh? What did you think about, the heroic deed that he did in the end against the Mecha QB? Can't lie though, it definitely got me hyped to play Storm Revolution, so job well done. But that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that would be awesome. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.